All right, so it's very important in math that we read the problem to understand what they're asking us to do. So I like to always draw a picture. Okay, so it says find the coordinates of A if M is negative 1, 2, is the midpoint of AB, and B has the coordinates of 3, 5. So they want us to find A. We don't know A. M is the midpoint, and they give us the coordinates for that. And they also give us the endpoint of B, 3, negative 5. So now we know the midpoint, we know one end, we have to find the other end. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the midpoint equation to answer this. So let's take a look. We know the x value in our midpoint is negative 1. So if you flip it over and look, I'll write it over here, but your midpoint equation will help you with this. We're just going to work backwards. Okay, so this is the x value of our midpoint. The next thing we have to look at is the x value of our b, the point we know. We know it's 3. We don't know this one though, so we're trying to find x. Over 2 as our equation states. So now we have to do some algebra. Anytime we have a fraction, the only way we can get rid of the fraction to make things easier for us is if we multiply both sides by 2. When we do that, it cancels out our denominator. We have 2 times negative 1 over here, gives us negative 2, equals just the top, because that's all that's left. Now it's back to a one-step problem to solve an equation. We want to get x by itself, so we subtract 3. And we get negative 5 equals x. So we know the x value of our a is negative 5. Now if you're thinking ahead, which you may or may not be doing, we just solve for x. So now we have to solve for our y value. We're going to do the same exact thing. So let's split it here down the middle. We know our y value is 2. We have a y value of negative 5 plus y now, because we're finding what y would be over 2. Okay? Same steps every time for this type of equation, guys. We're going to multiply both sides by 2 because we're always going to have 2 on the bottom. Those will cancel out. 2 times 2 gives us 4 equals negative 5 plus y. Back to our one-step problems, we want to get y by itself. The only other thing on that side is negative 5. So in order to move a negative, we have to add 5. We get 9 equals y. So to finish our answer, the other side of our line would be located at negative 5 and 9. Okay, so that's how we'll do that one. Now we'll do another example with you here. We go to number 7. Our line is J and L. With a midpoint of K. We know that K is negative 5 and 10, right here. And we know that L is negative 8 and 6. We need to find the coordinates of J. So we'll go back and do just like we did up here. Our x value of the midpoint is negative 5 equals negative 8, which is our x value here, plus x divided by 2. First step in all of these equations is always going to be to get rid of our denominator. So we multiply both sides by 2. Those cancel out. That gets negative 10 equals negative 8 plus x. We want to get x by itself. One-step math. Add 8 to both sides. And we will get x equals negative 2. We come over here. Our x value is going to be negative 2. So now if you were guessing at home and you guessed find the y value, you are correct. So our y value is 10. our y value that we know is 6. So that's our equation. The y, because we don't know the y, and the 2, because our equation tells us that we divide that by 2 to find the midpoint. So we're going to multiply by 2. We get 20 on this side equals, our denominator cancels out, 6 plus y. One-step math tells us that we take away 6. 14 equals y. So -2, 14 is going to be your answer for that one. Okay? So what I want you guys to do on that same paper that we did from the problems on the front, number 8, I want you guys to try that one on your own, and then come back and see me for the next problem.